Well, hello there. Do you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle? Well, you're in luck. Check it out. It's pretty easy. If you can ride a bike, you can ride a motorcycle. I didn't learn how to ride a motorcycle till later on in life, and it was pretty easy. Alright, so first off, let's get familiar with the controls. Left side, right here, we got the clutch. Right side, we have the front brake and the throttle. Down below, on the left side, we have the shifter. And if we go around here to the right side, this is the rear brake. All right. Still with me? Too easy, right? This motorcycle happens to be 6 gears. First gear would be all the way down. Okay? Won't go anymore, it's in first gear. After we know we're in first, then we're riding and we need to shift gears, it would be up. So, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth. Now, neutral is in between first and second. So if you're down one full click in first, to get into neutral, you would do kind of like half a click. So say from here to here is a full click. If we want to go to neutral, we'll hit half. Sometimes it can be a little difficult, but you know, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you get lucky. Half the time you usually end up going to neutral when you don't want to. So, but anyway, that's how you do it. So full click down first, full click up second, neutral right in the middle. So that's the controls of the bike. One more time. Left side, this is the clutch. Right side, this is the front brake and the throttle. Left side, shifter, shifting to different gears. And the right side, rear brake. Okay, now that we got that, let's get on this bad boy. Okay, so right now I'm in neutral, so I can of course move my motorcycle front and back without having to hold in the clutch. If I was in gear, like I am now, I would not. And when you park, you want to put it in gear, and we don't have to worry about it rolling. Now, because this vehicle is a manual transmission, in order to start it, we have to pull in the clutch and hold it there. Okay? Now, once we're in gear, in order to move, we're going to slowly release the clutch. Let me cut it on for us. Okay. I'm going to put it in gear, and then I'm going to slowly release the clutch, and then it will be getting into its friction zone. And you can tell it's getting in the friction zone because you will start to feel the bike pull. Clutch is pulled in right now. I'm putting it in gear. My hand is on the brake because I don't want to move. Okay. Now, I'm in gear. Now watch as I slowly release the clutch. I'm not giving it any gas. Not giving any gas. Slowly release the clutch. See it start to move? It's starting to move. Oh, look at that. Now I pull it back in, and that stops the power transfer. Okay? So that's pretty much how you get started, all right? Now, of course, you want to find yourself a nice parking lot to practice in. This one's perfect because school's out, so nice and empty. So what we can do is practice releasing the clutch slowly to where the friction zone is, moving and pulling it back in. Do that a few times until you feel comfortable with it. All right? Then you can start giving it a little bit of gas. All right, let me move out of this corner so we can turn. Check my mirrors, make sure nobody's around. Turn your head, make sure nobody's around. I'm releasing the clutch a little bit, giving a little bit of gas, and moving. Feet are up off the floor, and I'm looking around. All right, now see, no gas on the throttle, nothing. It's just moving on its own power, okay? And now if I got too scared, I can just pull in that clutch, and it'll slowly start slowing down. All right, apply some brake, put my left foot down, and I'm good. Now, one thing about the brakes on a motorcycle is that the front brake provides most of the stopping power, while the rear provides a little bit, something like 70% front, 30% rear. So when you're riding, you want to apply the front and the rear evenly so that you don't overdo one or the other. You don't want to apply all front brake, because then who knows, your wheels could lock up in the front and you go flipping over the handlebars. Same thing if you apply too much for the rear, your rear wheel will lock up and then you go skidding. Now when you're doing slow maneuvers, like in a parking lot or something like that, a lot of the times when you're turning, you're pretty much just going to be manipulating the rear brake. So it's kind of like manipulating the clutch and the friction zone and applying a little bit of rear brake when you need to. See, a little bit of rear brake there. You don't really want to use that front brake going slow, because you could possibly fall over. But a little bit of rear brake is good while manipulating the friction zone. You see, I'm constantly moving in and out of the friction zone. Come to a stop here, and I'm going to put it in neutral. Now I can take my hands off the clutch and the bike won't stall out. Now if it was in first and I took my hands all the way off the clutch and not moving, the bike would stall out if I took it out fast. If you take it slow, it gives it time to grip in that friction zone, then you'll start to move. So that's pretty much it on how to get started moving. Now let's talk about shifting through the gears. Let's get ourselves in first. Manipulate our friction zone here by slowly releasing off the clutch. All right, giving a little gas, looking around, and I'm moving. Okay, now as I hear my engine rev higher, I will pull in the clutch, hit up, release the clutch, and now I'm in second. Now I had to go back down to first because that would have been too slow for second. Let's try it over here. Okay, so here we go. Slowly release the clutch, giving some gas, a little bit of gas. We get to moving, right? You hear that motor get higher? Whoop, pull in that clutch, shift up with your foot. Now you're in second, release the clutch. And apply a little bit more gas. And that's pretty much it. So as you're moving, you hear it, the engine start to sound, I don't know, like straining or just getting higher. That's when it's time to shift. So you shift and move. And as you slow down, you want to downshift. So I reach a certain speed, I will get back down to first, slowly release off the clutch, and now I'm in that proper gear. If you feel like the engine's struggling one way or another, like it starts to shake a little bit, you know, kind of like you're bogging down like it's about to cut out, then you're probably going too slow for that particular gear, so you need to shift down. And if it's screaming, then you probably need to shift up out of that gear. Now when it comes to turning, when you're going slow in a parking lot, you know, it's just like riding a bike. You turn your handlebars and whatnot in the direction you want to go. The faster you go, you have to counter steer. If you want to go left, you kind of have to push it left. You push the handlebar left. You want to go right, you push it right. Okay? If you try to turn that bike, it's not going to work. But when you're going slow, then yes, you can turn. and you have to look where you're going. So if I want to go right, I need to turn my head and look to the right, because where you look is where you'll go. Try not to look down, because if you're looking down, then you're going to go down. Try not to fixate on any objects. Like, I want to go straight here, and I start fixating on that pole, I'm going to start veering towards the pole. So, you know, don't start to drift off and daydream. You always got to stay alert on a bike. For sharp turns, you know, you want to keep your speed around 10 miles an hour or so. I know sometimes it can get a little scary, but if you're doing at least 10, the bike's not going to tip over. Now the best bet is to take one of the MSF courses or something like that. That helps. That's pretty much it. How you ride a motorcycle. It's really too easy. Usually the hardest part is starting. So once you get moving, then it's okay. That's why learning that friction zone is super important. But that's pretty much it. I'm not the best at teaching anything, so but I think pretty much covered the gist of it. So anyway, get out there, learn how to ride. Don't be scared. Be careful, and have fun. Later.